I don't know how to identify love bombing because that's how I think I'm supposed to be treated.
Tip one on identifying this is when it stops. Weird thing about relationships, the very uncommon thing, is people don't show up as themselves. They show up as the idea of themselves. Which in one scenario, they do this because they've been left because they did not fit the idea of themselves. Or in another scenario, the idea of themselves gets them their desired result. Don't worry though, we can break that down together. Scenario one, they were left because they did not fit the idea of themselves. They were raised in a home where they had to limit or dim themselves to not be a burden to those around them. They got really used to serving up a package that was a fraction of who they actually were. And they were only okay with being themselves behind closed doors. It usually takes a long time for this person to come out of their shell, which then usually results in repeating the process. The process being getting left. Because when they do finally come out of their shell, people think that's a 180. Oh, you're not being yourself no more. What happened to the person that you served up the first time? What happened to the fraction of yourself? I didn't sign up for all of you. I signed up for just that person. In scenario two, you have the person that knows beyond the shadow of a doubt that if they just serve up a very perfected fraction of themselves, they can get anything they want. They know exactly what the person that they're pursuing is looking for, and they serve that part up. Why do you even need to know all of this? Because in these two scenarios, the love bombing does indeed halt. These people didn't show up as themselves in the beginning. No matter how great their intentions were or how selfish their intentions were, that's when the love bombing stops. At some point in time, you have to deal with the other side that you haven't been dealing with from the beginning. And because you weren't dealing with the complete person, the grandiose dates, the compliments, the matching your love language energy, all that comes to a pause while the realness, the full spectrum of that individual starts to seep out. And you're like, dang, what happened to wanting to spend the rest of your life with me and that you love this and you love that? It is perfectly acceptable to want to be treated the way that they show up originally. Who are you to say that it's an entire facade, that it's a lie? We all want you to be treated the way that love bombing sounds initially, but it's when it stops and you know that that's not truly how that person is. And you no longer get that special treatment.